Have you ever found yourself in a coffee shop sipping on your freshly brewed coffee, and as you swipe your card to pay, a thought pops into your head like, should I pay off this amount right now, or will it boost my credit score? It's a common question and one that can have a big impact on your finances and credit. So today we're going to be diving deep into whether or not you should pay off a credit card right away after you make a purchase. So stick around if you want to master the art of credit card payments and optimize your credit score. What's up, winners? My name is Nam. If you're new here, welcome. Here we talk all things personal finance and credit. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. I remember in the early days of building my credit, fresh card in hand, and every purchase felt like a mini event. And after every swipe, I wondered, should I pay this off right now? Is this a secret sauce to a stellar credit score? It's a question that many of us probably came across, and today, I'm gonna demystify this for you. Whether you're a credit card newbie or a seasoned pro, understanding the best payment strategy can be a game changer for your credit. So let's dive into the nitty gritty and find out the best approach. All right, winners, so let's lay down some foundational knowledge. Before we deep dive into the strategy of WinnerPay, it's crucial to grasp the fundamental concept of credit utilization. Picture this, you have a cup and credit utilization is how much of that cup can hold. The more water you pour in, the closer you are to filling it up. Now, why is this cup so important? Credit utilization isn't just a fancy term. It's a key player in your credit score. In fact, it accounts for 30% of your FICO score. To put it into perspective, if you have a credit limit, say $1,000, and you buy a brand new $600 TV, you now have a 60% credit utilization on that card. But here's where it gets interesting. Lenders and credit bureaus aren't just looking at how much you spend, they're more interested on how much of your available credit you are using. A lower utilization rate sends a positive signal. It suggests that you're not maxing out your credit and you're managing your finances with discipline. And the golden rule in the credit world is to aim to keep that utilization under 30%. But I found that anything under 10% to be the sweet spot. Having laid the foundation with credit utilization, let's dive into the advantages of paying off your credit card immediately after every purchase. I know it may seem a bit tedious, but trust me, there are some really good reasons on why you should consider giving this approach a shot. First and foremost, every time you clear your balance, you're essentially resetting your credit utilization. Imagine your cup from earlier, but paying off immediately, you're constantly removing water, ensuring it never gets too full. This can be especially beneficial if you have a lower credit limit. Keeping that utilization low gives you more brownie points in the credit world. This one's a no-brainer, but worth emphasizing. Credit card interest rates can be, well, let's say they're not your best friend. By paying your balance right away, you're dodging this interest trap. No balance means no interest. It's like dodging a money bullet every single time. Adopting this strategy can instill a sense of financial discipline. It's a constant reminder to spend within your means. Every time you're paying off immediately, you're reinforcing the habit of not spending more than what you can afford. Essentially, you're treating this card as a debit card. You reap all of the perks that comes with credit cards without the risk. Over time, this can translate to better financial choices, not with just credit cards, but across all aspects of your financial life. By paying off immediately, it gives you a real-time snapshot of your finances. No more waiting for monthly statements or getting surprised by unexpected balances. You're always in the know, and there's a certain peace of mind that comes with that. Your payment history is another significant factor in your credit score. By paying off frequently, you're most likely to hit your minimum payment amount. This in turn means that you'll continue to have positive payment information reported to the credit bureaus. So while it may seem like a lot of effort, paying off your card immediately after every purchase has its merits. But as with everything, there's two sides to this coin. While the idea of paying off your credit card immediately after every purchase sounds attractive, especially after hearing the pros, it's essential to understand that this approach isn't without its drawbacks. Now let's balance the playing field and see why the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The first one is overcomplication. Let's face it, life is already busy as it is. Adding the task of logging into your credit account daily or multiple times a day can be a hassle. Not to mention, if you're spending on multiple cards, this can quickly become a time-consuming nightmare. Next is the potential for overpaying. So with increased frequency payments comes with the potential of overpayment. Essentially, you're just adding a credit balance to your credit card when you don't have to. Some credit cards don't allow you to pay over the balance, but some do not even care. With these little mistakes, it can really add up. And to have your cash tied up into a card when it doesn't have to there really is an opportunity cost there. Now, of course, this can be a little bit annoying, but if you are putting transactions fairly frequently on a credit card, then that credit balance should take care of the new charges that you put on the card. Now, moving on to the next reason is that it's really not that necessary. If you are someone who doesn't frequently charge up to your credit limits, or if your spending is very minimal compared to your limit, then making frequent payments might be a bit overkill. It's like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. But if you only have like 1 or 2 credit cards and you start to max them out fairly quickly, then making payments ahead of time can free up more credit so you can put on more transactions on that credit card. The next negative is that there is an impact on your cash flow. Paying off immediately might tie up your liquid cash, especially if you made a big purchase. This can potentially leave you short for other immediate expenses that need to be paid with a debit card or cash. While immediate payments have their advantages, it is crucial to weigh these against the potential downsides. Personal finances is just that. It's personal. What works for one might not work for another. The key is to find a balance that aligns with your lifestyle, financial habits, and goals. If you feel like you need the peace of mind to not have any debt, then go for it, if you can manage it. Now, when it comes to your credit, paying things off right away may help your credit score. The reason why I say may, because it depends on the balance that you have left over by the closing date of your credit card. Each credit card has a statement cycle. This is usually about 30 days from the day that you open the card. For example, if you have a statement cycle from August 1st to August 30th, the statement ends on the 30th. Any balance that's left after this date will be your statement balance. This is also the info that gets sent to the credit bureaus. This is what will determine your credit utilization. So this is super important. Let's just say that you have a credit balance of $300 on a credit card with a $1,000 credit limit on August 15th. The credit bureaus or other lenders will not know that balance until the lender reports it after August 30th. So the ideal time to pay off that balance is a few business days before the statement closing date. This way you show you have a much smaller balance to the credit bureaus. So on the flip side, people often ask, is it bad to consistently show a zero balance? When it comes to credit scores, no, but when it comes to getting higher credit limits, yes. Since payment history and utilization plays the biggest role in your credit score, having positive payments with a low balance can only benefit you. So there's also this thing that's going around on the internet that says that if you pay your credit card bill 15 days before the statement closing date, and then again 3 days before, it counts as 2 payments. I've seen loads of TikTok videos about this, but let me tell you, it's far from the truth. Whether you make a payment every single day or just one, you only have one positive payment history for that month. So regardless of whether you're leaning towards paying off immediately or taking a more relaxed approach, there are some universal best practices that can guide you with your credit. One of the most powerful tools in your financial arsenal is awareness. So regularly check your credit card statements. Look for any discrepancies, keep an eye on your balance, and always be aware of your credit limit. This habit alone can prevent many potential pitfalls. We touched on this a little bit earlier, but it is worth reiterating. Aim to keep your credit utilization below 30% prior to the statement closing date. It's a sweet spot that the credit bureaus love. So if you're constantly hovering around this, then consider requesting credit limit increase or thinking about making early payments. Next is by setting up automatic payments. I've always kind of liked the idea of automatic payments since you never have to worry about being late. So consider at least the minimum amount due. This protects your credit score from potential dings or late payments. So the bottom line is, as long as your balances are low prior to the statement closing date, your credit scores should be fine. If you want the peace of mind of having as little debt as possible, then go ahead and pay off your balance whenever you want. So let me know in the comments if you are a person who pays right away or someone who waits until they get the statement. If you want to hang out with me some more and learn more about credit, check out these videos over here.